Hello, welcome to Masterminds by Success Alchemist, where we invite industry leaders to share valuable insights on scaling a business. I am Ashima Gupta, your host, and I'm delighted to welcome today's guest, Mr. Vipul Prakash. Vipul is founder and CEO of Fire AI, a fast growing AI analytics startup transforming the way businesses use data. With experience across fintech, logistics, and large scale enterprise systems, Vipul is building platforms that bring real time intelligence and decision making to leadership teams. His work focuses on turning raw data into clarity using AI, machine learning, and next gen automation. Let's dive into his journey. A very warm welcome, Vipul. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me here, Ashima, and I'm so delighted and excited to be part of this.
Thank you so much. Vipul, to start with, for many founders, a powerful vision is what gives direction and energy. And as you are in the space of AI that is evolving so fast, what are your thoughts on how important it is to have a clear why behind what one is building?
Why plays a very vital role because why defines exactly your vision and why you want to do certain things and why you want to start up a startup on the first place. And if your why is clear, the entire team understand that vision. You have your community because all of them are working for that one why. So that has to be there with all the people who is building something. If that is not there, then you're just lost in the chaos.
So, giving direction and
Yes.
aligning everybody onto that vision is such an important thing. Very true. Can you also share how that vision shaped what you set out to do with Fire AI?
For us, the why is very, very clear at Fire AI. On the day zero, when we were discussing this idea, it was empowering businesses. And how do we want to empower business? So we want to empower business through tech. How do we go in tech line? There are like a lot of things. So we thought that data is something which everybody struggle with, even from the enterprises to SME to MSME, everybody. Many of the stakeholders are talented, but when it comes to data, they are little um, short on what need to be taken out. One of the key example which we are doing is for a client. Now they wanted something into CCTV analytics and we are more into data analytics. So we went ahead and we said that this would be a vertical integration for us as well and it will empower the business. So we should go ahead and do it. So anything related to data, anything related to technology, we are always ahead and we are trying to bring. So that is how all the people, stakeholders which are working closely with me, everybody has the same language which they speak, that whether this will empower the business. If yes, we do things, even though we have to tweak a little bit, we go ahead and we do. So there's a vendor which gives tea to us. And we when we asked him that whether he's doing something around the data, around the reporting, he said that he is using Tally. We gave him the technology on a very discounted price just to make sure that he gets all his data from everywhere at one point and he see those KPIs. For him, this type of tool will not be able to reach to him because such is the ecosystem we have created. But since he was coming to our own office and he was seeing what we are delivering, and when we saw that he's already using Tally, we gave it to him. And for you will be surprised that he comes back after 3 months and tell us that because I'm monitoring all my KPIs right now, I can save up to 20,000 to 50,000 rupees on an average every month. Earlier, it was not happening. So we asked that, what did you do? He said that you guys gave me an inventory KPIs and inventory report. Through that, I can see daily sales trend. And accordingly, I can figure out that how much milk I have to bring, how much sugar I have to put. Through that, every month I'm saving 20 to 50,000 on an average. Now you can see that how all of them using this data and technology are saving and doing a strategy thinking. That is what Fire AI is, that it is empowering you to take those decisions so that you can do optimization in your business. And due to this optimization, you will save down our money or you will do some good research oriented investment, which will give you higher returns. And that is what our objective is, that I'm empowering you to take these decisions on your own. And that is what our why is. Such is the power of a powerful vision. So, your vision of empowering any business, and it's not only bigger giants or companies, but even a chaiwala is able to make the best of it. Right. So, most companies write down their core values, but few truly live them. So, in your experience, what does it take for core values to move beyond posters and actually become a way people behave? Core values plays like a pillar for your culture, which you are setting in. Now, this culture will also do is that it will drive your business. So you can think like this culture is a fuel to your vehicle. The more you put, the more you can travel. If somebody who is not having a core value, he's not fueling the ship. How does this culture work? For us, the number one core value is ownership. When I say ownership, what does that mean? That means that my vision and their vision should align. And for me, I am going to create one more Vipul through this ownership. If they have joined me, I should give them the power and they take decisions. Now, the decisions can be bad, decisions can be good, but they need to take those decisions. So if they fail, you invest in them, let them fail fast, and then move on. So if they have that ownership and investment which from the company, they will deliver the creativity. So, how do you live those core values? So, everybody, all the stakeholders have all the power to take any type of decision. They have I mean, to build their team, to do certain things which can enhance their own role. So, that is one thing which I truly believe on ownership. The second thing is investment. How do you do it? So, 30% of our team are freshers. And you can go fresher minus one. One of the person who is working with me is Kiran. Now, Kiran has been working with me from early days. Kiran was a front end intern and then he came into core engineering. We allowed him to learn. He said that he want to take that ownership to learn LLM and try doing with us. And he learned. And when we were discussing with bigger players, we kept Kiran also in that call and gave him the freedom to speak wherever he wants. And you will be surprised, as Ashima, that guy who has not completed his engineering have outperformed 6 to 7 LLM engineers who have been into this field from last 6 to 7 years. He is all in Fire AI. He's not sitting for placement as well. Now, this is not me who is telling him do not sit for placement. It is his own belief, which has come from the investment we have done in him, the ownership he has shown to us. So for us, it's very, very simple. We do not care that where you are, how you know about the things, or do you seriously want? The only thing is that do you want to take ownership? Do you want to learn? If you want to learn, we are over here to invest and we keep on doing that. Beautiful. So investing in people and giving them the freedom to make mistakes also, otherwise if somebody is worried all the time, what if I make a mistake and I am punished for that, that does not bring in that kind of psychological safety also for an employee. So giving them the ownership, the freedom to make mistakes, and then investing in them. That's truly commendable. We all want the right people in the organization. And as some of the examples you just quoted, you have been successful in finding the right people. So in your opinion, what truly makes someone a great fit for a company? So uh, again, coming back to our core value, which is the ownership. So when I take interview or any founder takes interview, they need to see that whether they're hiring somebody who can execute. If they given the power, they can execute things or not. I keep on looking on that perspective. I asked 3 questions. Number one was, how do I identify that whether he's able to do ownership is from the past record, that what you have done, and that can be personal or professional. Anything is okay. The second thing is that how far you want to go in next 5 years. So that clears me that because we have only one vision from India for the world. So we keep telling everybody. So if somebody wants to come, they also know that they have to be creative enough to do this type of thing. So if they are also aligned with that, so that is the second. thing. And the third thing is that how quickly they tell the right thing. If they don't know, they say that, boss, I don't know, but I can learn it and come back and become much more stronger. So these are the three things I look for any people. And for now, the people which I have got, everybody align with this thing. And the fourth thing is something which derives from these three things is how creative you are in your domain. Because everybody loves to be creative, but they do not get the platform to show their creativity. And we over here are investing in people. We want to give them the platform. Be as creative as you want to make the product much more powerful. So we want to see that. And I think that when you give these three parameters, and if you see these three parameters and the gene of those creativity, which you are already providing, then people become your asset and they become your family member as a good team player family member. And this is the best environment. Everybody support each other to go for the vision, which is from India for the world.
So, what you are saying is some of your core values like creativity, ownership, you look for those core values. Of course, skills is implicit, but also they having that alignment with the vision and alignment with the core values. That's
Yes.
extremely important. And this brings me to a very interesting concept that we have in scaling up also. And we have tools around the same where when we do the talent assessment, not only look for productivity, but also core values alignment, because core values is something that is inherent to a person.
Yes.
You can try to change core values, but there will be no drastic changes that you can observe.
Totally.
But
100%.
productivity skill set is something that they can build with time. You give them
Yes.
the right nurturing environment, you give them the right feedback and set the right expectations, the learning culture, and they can pick up on skills. But yes, core values is not something that can change very often.
Yes. Irreplaceable.
So, if you had to advise people, the founders, on hiring, how to go about hiring for belief and alignment in the core values and in the vision of the company, what should they look for in the first 30 minutes of a conversation?
I look for stories because the one thing we human beings are good at is telling stories. I try to gather information through that. When you talk and you know that you have your core value and we are talking, you get to understand these core values are matching. First 30 minutes, if I have to advise, I would be saying that look for the ownership he has been taken in the past. What type of role he was there, how he was owning, whether he was owning a small piece or a bigger piece, and how did he do that. The second thing would be on the creativity part, which comes in your personal life or a professional life, something which you think that you are proud about, some story on that, and they will tell you that storytelling skill will come out so nicely. So you can judge whether it's coming out so nicely or it has been made. And the third thing is that how badly you want it, which you are giving it. So whether
Fire.
you want it, yeah, the fire, correct. The fire is something where you're only connecting it for the salary part, or you're connecting seriously for the vision, for making it to the next level. And that third thing is something where you work for a certain period of time only for the vision, not for the money, or not for anything else. Yeah, again, coming circling back to core values. Core values are so important that everywhere you have to use them as a tool, and then you have to see that whether this is uh, connecting or not. But 90, 95, 97% of time, it gives me a great result. And that is the reason at Fire AI, there were people who just came and worked only for the vision. They didn't work for the money. They didn't work for anything else, only for the vision. They are still there. They're working. And for them, it is day zero every day, because the vision is such high that from India for the world is that did we reach to the world? No, let's keep on building.
Wonderful. And this brings me to an interesting thing that we do in scaling up also, that when we do the quarterly planning, every quarter, scaling up recommends the organizations to have some actions defined in their planning, that what do they want to do for the core values get more and more ingrained within the people. It could be some events, it could be core value of the week, core value of the month, even the day to day feedback that is given. It's it's like the basis is core values. So people, like, we have got the right people in the organization now, but retaining them is also a skill for the organization. And it is not just about compensation. If we are able to get the right people and who are in an organization for a vision, what does it take to keep those high alignment, high ownership people inspired and growing within the organization?
Everybody has their art and they want to show it to the world. What they want is a platform. Now you have given the platform, but you have hierarchy. You have lot of thing, and uh, their art gets sacrificed in between. When their art gets sacrificed, their creativity gets sacrificed, they leave and they search another platform where they can put their creativity and art to a higher level. That is all human being understanding. And then, so for us, if Kiran is in third year, now he's in fourth year, he's not sitting for placement because Fire AI has given him the platform to be that creative person he is. So for me, retention is something where I am allowing the person, or I'm creating a platform where people can do their art in their own form. And can I support that? Can I invest on that? If I can do that, then they will stay. If I'm not able to do it, they're not going to stay. And we at Fire AI always believe in this from day one. So we have created that platform for all the stakeholders to do their art on different level, and they can take those decisions. We have empowered them, and they have also taken ownership, and they create those art. And while they create those art, they feel so nice about it that the work doesn't look like work. It looks like their own creativity. And that is the reason we have till now 96% of retention. I truly believe in this, that every person has the art, has the creativity, everybody is unique. And if they are coming in and they are aligning with your why, you have to give them the platform. And if you have given them the platform and they're doing it by themselves, they are going to stay. They are like the team who are like family and who are high performer. Wherever they are, C player, B player, A player, they're going to stay. And you will see a great appreciation. The C player will become B player, the B player will become A player, and A player will become more A plus player. So that is going to happen.
So allowing them to take risk, be creative. So if they want to implement some new ideas, give them the platform to implement and fail rather than saying no. And also, somewhere it also becomes important along the path to remove their obstacles in their day to day work, anything that is hassling them, unblock them.
Yes. And be there with them if they are feeling little confused or if they are feeling struck. Be there, make sure that they come out of that and start performing their art. We totally believe in people creating wonders. And Fire AI is one of the wonders which is going to happen from India for the world. So let's see how do we do it.
Right, Vipul. So leaders often struggle with the balance between giving teams the autonomy and ensuring outcomes. How do you think organizations can set clear priorities without becoming overly controlling?
Everybody has that art in them. And if they don't get the right type of platform, they cannot express their art, they move out. And the micromanagement also comes into picture accordingly. Anybody who is joining our team has the full liberty in hiring across vertical, doing certain features live. But what we have also done is that we have kept OKRs for everybody. Now, these OKR are the things which we resonate that this is the outcome which we want. Do whatever creativity and art you want in your own thing, but these are the metrics which need to come at the end of the day. And that is how we are maintaining the entire chain and not getting into the micromanagement and doing stuff. What are you doing and how you're doing it and why you're doing this, that. Every 15 days we come on a call and we understand how those things are been delivered. So that plays an important role. And that is what I will advise everybody to going forward, that as soon as possible you can implement these things. This will help a lot.
Wonderful. And this resonates so very much with something that Scaling Up also recommends, that having a set of KPIs and priorities for each member, which is in alignment with the goals for the quarter and what the job role demands. So, having those crisply and clearly defined, there is no need to micromanage. You measure them week on week and see where things are and do the course correction.
And adding to this point, we also have one thing where every morning we start with our own stakeholder call. This is the example which we have set. And every morning at 9:30, we meet as a team, a high performing team, but more on a family side. How do we create that environment culturally? We understand what is their challenge, what are those things which they are struggling, and what are the things they are doing great, and how we can step in and help them. So these type of things which we do, the OKR setting, the understanding and everyday morning calls keeps us very much hooked and not get into the micromanagement.
Wonderful. So you have a daily huddle kind of a thing where daily you are seeing your important numbers and understanding where we are. So this is one of the routine or habit that you follow within your
Yes.
organization.
In fact, as a founder, as a CEO, I also have to present. So one day is for me as well, and what we are doing, how we are doing it, what are the things I'm talking about, what happened in legal, what happened with those VCs, and everything. So transparency is something where you need to bring in all the stakeholder as well. So that gives us more fuel to the fire.
Very true. So that's one of the rhythms you can't live without. This is like a
Yes.
mandatory habit that you have created in the organization. And it's so important because even if you have created wonderful OKRs or wonderful KPIs, but if you are not keeping an eye on where we are, then there would be a surprise at the end of the quarter or maybe at the end of the year.
Yes. Totally.
So, Vipul, everybody is talking about AI and every organization is capturing data, but actionable insights is still very rare. So, what needs to change for companies to move them from having data to really using it? And how do you think AI and the technologies can simplify that shift for them?
So the real difference won't be technology. Everyone will have access to AI. The difference will be mindset. Data is going to be everywhere. How do you use it? How do you understand that I'm going to use like this? And these are the things where I'll make sure that I use AI and make sure that I get the result very quickly, the ROI very quickly. And that is how we have used AI. We have created a mechanism where text to it gets converted into SQL. Now this SQL gets hit into your database. Now this is a informative reporting type of thing. But what do we come up with this is a causal chain analytics. Now, what is causal chain analytics is something where you have your BI tools, you have your dashboards. But the first thing any stakeholder will ask is that why my sales numbers are dropping or why my marketing reach is getting low. And this type of summarization or analysis takes a lot of time for people to get into it because it's pure statistics. You need to come up with a lot of formula to understand that why something is happening at your business. For us, we have solved it through causal chain analytics. So once you have the dashboard, you click on the causal chain analytics, you will get why. So whether it was my marketing or it was my inventory, which was a main reason. And in inventory also, which type of inventory. So such root cause analysis are being given in 45 to 50 seconds. This is something which is going to help stakeholders across the globe. And this is something which has been built in India by Fire AI. And this is the first time India product diagnostic analytics is equal to causal chain analytics by Fire AI. This is going to change the industry because on top of this, what I'm going to do is that now I know the why. Now I know all the business logic. What I'm going to do is that I can give you prediction for next 15 days, how your KPIs are going to look for 15 days. Then I'm going to also give you if what my 20% marketing drops, what will be the my KPI result? And it will show you that this is the KPI result. So moving from information to actionable information for stakeholder. And what does this stakeholder want is where I should take those action to make sure my business again comes on the track and moves smoothly. That's all the game is all about for the stakeholder. And that is what we are enabling. We are empowering the stakeholder to take those decisions by seeing these data on the go through AI. And that is all about Fire AI.
Okay, actionable insights and even forecast in terms of if you do this kind of course correction midway, what's the kind of impact it would create, which is like every business desires. That's great.
Totally.
So
So
looking
the Yes. So whenever we go to any stakeholder and we show them the product, they get very excited because this is what they were looking for. When they are hiring some people, they are looking for these type of answers only. So when a software AI can do it, they just love it. They want to implement it as soon as possible. And that is the reason we are getting a great traction.
wonderful. So looking ahead, Vipul, what do you think will differentiate companies that thrive with AI from those that simply use AI?
See, companies that thrive with AI won't treat it like a tool. They will treat it like a thinking partner. I'll give you an example. One of my advisor, he was telling us that I have two employees right now. They don't question me. They give me answer and they are always available for 24 into 7. Now, this advisor is a high thinking advisor, works in a very big role. But how he's using it is that, okay, I'm using him as a thinking partner or as a person who can give me all type of answer, can do a research. So the winners will redesign their workflow, decision and culture around intelligence, not just automation. They won't ask how do we use AI, they'll ask how do we think better because of AI. And that is what AI does to you. It brings more speed, more power to you. If businesses will start using it now, they'll start running faster. If you are not putting the AI and working how you are working, somebody who is running at 90 kilometer per hour is going to cross you and cross you very nicely. So hence, I would suggest every business owner and stakeholders to start using AI to see whether they can use it, how they can speed up their thinking and use it as a thinking partner, use it as a data analyst, use it as Fire does it for you, enable you, empower you. So
Thank you, Vipul. So let's move to our next section, which is a rapid fire round. Whatever answer comes to your mind, it's an impromptu thing and something in one or two words or one or two lines. I will request you to answer the same. If Fire AI could magically solve one global business problem tomorrow, what would it be?
it would be predictive analytics,
Predictive analytics. One quality you think every early stage hire must have.
ownership,
A leadership habit you believe more founders should practice.
giving ownership and investing in the people they hire.
Your go to way to motivate people when the team hits a rough patch.
Solve problem for them.
What's the most surprising decision you have ever made purely based on data?
I did a hiring purely based on data.
And why was it surprising?
Because I didn't know that data can be so powerful that you can use it for hiring as well. When we were started theoretical question, it wasn't that great. But when we did certain experiments with the turnaround time numbers and we analyzed those numbers, it was great. And those numbers haven't lied because he's still doing great.
Data doesn't lie. Thank you so much, Vipul, for being our guest today. It was a very insightful conversation on having the right team onboarded and how important it is for them to be aligned with not only in terms of skill sets, but also in terms of core values and the why, because that why is what makes them thrive within the organization. You also mentioned about how the organization should be invested in the employees and how it enables them to take risk and support them in throughout their journey. Thank you once again, Vipul. It was lovely talking to you and wish Fire AI all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me here and asking me such great questions. And these are the things we surely believe in our organization. Thank you so much for giving me that platform.
Thank you.